Let me just get my mic closer so we can talk about serious subjects. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, to leave a comment below, to like this video, all the things. If you're new here, my name is Lika. I am a coach and a mentor, and I help people live a more satisfying, fulfilling, empowered, embodied, sexy, orgasmic life. I support them in life, love, and business to really reach their highest potential. And what I love more than anything in the world is using eros, or sexual power, or sexual force, or life force energy into everything that we do, because it's the most transformative energy we can tap into. But we also do a lot of mindset work and a lot of many things. It's very holistic, and that's why my business is called Holy Holistic. Anyway, let's jump right in. So in that previous video, I was talking about how to be gentle and soft and like all the things. And I mentioned being a devotee of the path of true love. And so how it's something that is so deep and ancient. I remember when I was a little girl and I was very, very, very tiny. I had this knowing in my bones that I will experience in my life the most epic relationship ever. And not just a relationship, but the experience of true love. And honestly, I've been blessed in my relationships. I fell in love many, many times. And I had experiences of true unconditional love. And it was absolutely beautiful. Up until I met this person in Bali, fell in love, moved to Netherlands to be with her, and then we broke up after over a year. And it was the toughest breakup of my life. I just cannot describe how painful that was and how much depth, like how I dove right into the shadows and the pain and the traumas and like all of my wounds from childhood. Everything came up to the surface. I've never experienced such a breakup, because it was not just missing that one person, because to be fair, I don't even think it was the most beautiful relationship I had in my life. She is definitely not the person I loved the most. Like, I loved her so much. Obviously, to be in a relationship with someone, you need to have love, but it was not the most epic love or anything. But it was a lot of attachment and a lot of like twin flame energy. I don't know. Anyway, the relationship on itself was a bit painful. The breakup was really painful. And then I went into a whole transformative journey. Like, everything about me changed at that moment. My whole identity, everything that I believed about life and love, and like everything just, and my soul and my heart was scattered in millions of pieces, you guys. It was so hard. I say that with a smile, but because I'm on the other side of it now, and it took me a long ass time to heal from that. But in that process of healing, I made a promise to myself. And I also said in one of my videos that I would talk about marrying myself in the process. So here we are. As usual, checking after 5 minutes if I'm recording the sound. So I was... Okay, just to give you a little context on how painful that breakup was. I had some food in my fridge that I bought with my ex before she decided to leave. And it was very brutal and sudden. Like, I didn't expect it. It was like in a minute, like we were together, and like, yeah, of course, we had some problems, obviously. But I'm a fighter. I'm someone that is so loyal. When I'm in a partnership, I'm like so devoted to my partner. I would do anything. Like, I know relationships are not meant to be perfect, and I'm so willing to find solutions and stuff like this. Like, that's just who I am as a person. And so in my head, I'm like, yes, it's not doing great, but it's not gonna not do great for a long time. And honestly, the breakup was the most amazing thing that happened to me. I'm gonna be real with you, because I never thought, I don't think I had the strength in me to break up with my ex. And I was so attached to her, and it was just, but it was not healthy for both of us. And we just did the best we could. You just sometimes, relationships are not meant to be forever. Anyway. But I don't feel like in that particular relationship I had the experience of true love. I had a lot of attachment, affection, and a lot of love and care for my partner, for sure. But I don't feel like it was like, wow, like true love at all. And so all the patterns of codependency and forgetting about myself really showed up. And lack of communication. My partner was really, really bad with communicating her feelings. And it was very confusing for me because I came out over 3 years. Prior to that, I was 3 years in a relationship with the most amazing man I know, and we had zero fight. We had a lot of very tough conversations. We had conflicts, but we sat down with the discomfort of it all and we talked it through. And he was an amazing communicator, a lot better than I was. He actually taught me so much, and I became so much better at, sharing my true feelings with someone, learning how to communicate in a non-violent way with him. But then I enter this other relationship, and I'm the holder of that skill because she doesn't have it. So that was tricky. But anyway, also it was just so much pressure. We were living in Netherlands together, and then I was tired of it. I'm like, I need my next country, because I've been doing that a lot, like living for a certain period of time and then moving to somewhere else. And I just have the excitement in my soul. It's really hard to settle in one place. I love to travel, but it's not even traveling. It's just like being an expat, like living somewhere for quite an extended period of time, but seeing different cultures, and just, that's what I love. And yeah, I was like, okay, this is my time to choose. Now we're leaving. So, but being in Netherlands, we're so close to France, where I grew up, where my family is. So we decided to come to France, and then the second wave of COVID happened, and everything went to shit because, she doesn't speak the language. She's fully dependent on me. I have the car. I have the license. She cannot drive. We cannot go out anyway. And we were supposed to stay here for just a while to visit my family before we were going to see her family on the other side of the world in Chile. Anyway, just too much details, you guys. But we're reading this book because we have both a Kindle, and it's all linked to my Amazon account. And she reads the book first, and there is this chapter about if it's not a full body yes, then it's a no. And she realizes that my dreams, my goals, my visions, for her, it's not a full body yes. And our relationship is not a full body yes for her. And she also said something. She's like, you deserve the best out of me, and I can't give you the best right now, and you really deserve better. But when you're so attached to someone, you can't see it. I think now with perspective, we just both deserved better. We couldn't be good lovers to each other. But anyway, so this one morning, I'm so excited. I'm pumped about a new program that I'm launching. I think it was Magnetic Queen Academy at the time, in my coaching business. Oh my God, I'm all blurred because I'm using my hands and the focus is on my hands. Okay, just gonna try to keep it like this. And I'm not centered at all. Doesn't matter. So anyway, long story long, in the matter of minutes, we have both of our suitcases open in my room because she's leaving. That's so brutal, but she didn't know how to handle it better, and that's exactly what I needed as well. I needed something brutal because I was so attached to this person. And anyway, it happened like that. We can't change things anyway. But for 2 weeks, I couldn't open my fridge because we went grocery shopping together, And the thought of seeing something that we bought together in the store was like unbearable. For the 3 first days after she left, I was a mess. I've never seen myself like that. I was in full agony. I was screaming and crying like I've never, ever experienced something like that. And let me tell you guys, I had a lot of painful breakups, like a lot of pain, a lot of like agony on the floor crying. But it was very short, intense and short. This one took me 10 full months of really going through it. I never thought it was possible. But in those 10 months, I was consciously celibate. And I was like, it was a whole process. And it took me, so from the moment she broke up, once I started, like, I couldn't even go to the bathroom, you guys. Like, I couldn't move. I was in such emotional pain. I was like, I couldn't grab water or go to pee, which is convenient because they go together, right? But it was horrible. I've never, ever seen myself like that. And I don't wish that on anyone, just the depth of my pain. And it didn't make sense to my brain because, again, we were together a little over a year, which is long, but not that long. Obviously, there were a lot into it. That was my first relationship with a woman. But, you know, like, it was a lot of projects that I invested my time and energy into that also died with the death of our relationship. The way it was handled was not perfect, but it just triggered something. You know, it's not her, it's not the relationship, it's that it triggered everything that, even though I was on this spiritual journey for many years, and I had a lot of self-awareness, and I was deeply committed to this inner work, personal growth, etc., it triggered all the things that I kind of pushed under the rug for many years. The deepest things, you know, the depth of my abandonment wounds, you know, abandonment wounds so deep from childhood. A lot of things. It was just really, really painful. And I can't even believe that emotional pain can be so physical and so deep. And it has been, you know, I see like past versions of me, and I'm just so proud for how I navigated with grace. You know, it was not always graceful, but I can't imagine, like, it just threw me in the deepest, darkest time of my life. To that day, I don't understand what actually happened, but it was also the richest time of my life. Like, I became who I always wanted to be because I got to face all the things that I didn't want to face before. All of my, you know, codependent tendencies, all of the places where I didn't express myself, all the places I didn't have enough boundaries, my sexual healing, you guys. Like, it was the deepest awakening of my life. Like, honestly, like, this pain, I was seeing it as like tsunamis, like waves and tsunamis of huge pain. And it was so big that the pain cracked me open. It was so big, I couldn't hold on to my identity or, you know, my fears or all of the strategies to like hold back or anything. And yeah, I just a few months after that, I started to I was crying every day, but I was moving that pain. I was feeling it. And I made the promise, like, this is the first time I'm going to sit with it. I'm not going to like keep on going, because that's usually what I do. It's like, I'm feeling the pain a little, but keep on going. Next thing, grow your business, focus your energy here and there. And like, I'm always on the move. I'm always improving myself. That's something I value about myself, to be honest. But that's also like a little bit of an avoidant strategy. And so I was like, I'm going to sit with this as long as it needs to. I never thought it would be that long. Because honestly, after, like, I was crying to my friends after 2 months on the phone. And I was like, babe, it's been fucking 2 months. I'm actually about to cry. Like, I feel so emotional. But I was like, it's been 2 months. I can't believe it. I'm so ashamed. Like, how can it be so long? And now I'm laughing at this version after 2 months. Crying because it's been 2 months. Like, bitch, you still have a lot more months to go. because it took a long time. And I was like, it's been 3 months. Like, I can't believe it's been 3 months. Like, the timing of it felt excruciating. I felt like I would never see the other side of it. It took so long. But it's not like I was just there crying and doing nothing. I was processing every day, every night, my dreams, the nightmares I had for this period of time. I was processing during the days, processing during the night. It was just wild and intense. But at the same time, I felt the highest high and the deepest ecstasies. Like, I was having like massive waves. And that's just the healing process and the grieving process. We can't really control it or anything. It was just bigger than me. But I would say about 3 months in, I'm under the shower one day and I'm like, I was so dependent on this person to make me happy. And I've done that with a lot of my relationships. And this time, I'm going to be in a relationship with myself. I'm going to marry myself. And I was like, I want to be serious about it. I don't want that as a small exercise about self-love, because I've done that so much. I was like, I'm going to be so fucking serious about it. If I'm about to marry someone, like, I'm such a lover. It's such a big part of my personality. It's such a big part of my heart. Like, I love to love. I love people. I love being in relationships. Any forms of relationships. Whether it's someone I'm going to love for one night or someone I'm going to love for the rest of my days and someone I'm going to have a deep committed partnership with, I'm just such a lover. And I love love, and I'm such a hopeless romantic and just love love. Just a true devotee of love since, I can remember. As far as I can remember, I've always been such a lover, and this heart of mine is just so big, and I have just so much love to give, and I just love being in love, and I love love. What can I say? And so I just found out that I didn't have to find it in someone else, or to, I could be that for myself. And I've always dreamt of, I don't know, it was like a little kid dream. I'm tired of this focus. Maybe I need to be closer to you guys. Let me get closer to you for the rest of the story. So maybe the focus is working and you don't see me all blurred. But so, yeah, I'm like, I'm going to marry myself. I'm going to be so deeply devoted to face all the things that I needed to face. And fast forward a year after that, even more, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna marry myself. I went through different rites of passage. Like, for example, I was like, okay, I need to be like, if I'm marrying someone, my partner, I'm gonna trust him and or her, but as a long-term devoted partnership, I think now I'm tending more towards like a spirit that is embodied in a male's body. So let's say him, my king. I'm like, I want to trust him, and I don't trust myself. So if I marry myself, I get to trust myself. And how do you build self-trust? Well, by doing the things you say you're gonna do. For the longest time, I was like, I really want to fast for 3 days. I really want to do like a proper fasting experience. And I've done it many times, but day 3, and I was like, would I trust someone that gives up, like that don't follow through with what they say they're gonna do? Fuck no, I'm not gonna trust them. Would I trust someone that is giving up because of temptations, because food is temptations? I'm like, no. So I was like going through those rites of passage, like fasting. What else did I do? I did so many practices like that to build my self-trust, my self-love, dating myself, really taking myself out on dates all the time, learning how to talk to myself in a different way, how to touch myself in a different way, how to make love to myself in a way that I always wanted to be made love to. I was like, I've been extremely sexually satisfied, but at the same time, never really. I've experienced the depth of what I know sex is, capable of. Like, what my body is capable of in terms of orgasmic potential, and how I want to be loved when, you know, I'm connected to God and the cosmos when I'm making love. And I was like, I get to have that with me, because obviously, you know, I knew masturbation and I was starting in my healing journey for many years, but I felt like such a baby in that, because after that, it was just like sexual healing 2.0. But I never, you know, I needed to fuck myself open to God and to know I don't need a partner in order to go there. And I was not even interested in having a partner for the longest time, 10 months, conscious celibacy for 10 months. And I've done it again after a few traumatic dating experiences. Not traumatic, I'm so dramatic, but not pleasant. And then I just did again 3 months of conscious celibacy. Like, that's something I've practiced a lot. And to be honest, like, this is something that I highly recommend if you're, you know, you want to build that, holding your sexual energy and transmuting it towards your creativity, yourself, your self-love. It is so powerful. Even if you're in a relationship, you don't have to be single to do that. You don't have to go 10 months, because you don't have to. But holding back that energy and like letting it be in your body, so fucking powerful. But that's a topic for another day, right? Anyway, after this time, I'm opening up myself to dating again, but I'm fucked up. Like, first of all, I'm lacking practice because I haven't been in a relationship in a long time. Plus, my latest relationship has been kind of fucked up, and tons of things I don't want to have anymore. So I'm kind of like, for the first time of my life, feeling a bit insecure in dating, which, you know, I've always felt like I always had this seductress in me. I felt always confident and like, just I love a good flirt, and I always got the men I wanted and stuff like this. So not to brag, but bragging. And this time I'm like a fucking potato. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. And yeah, I tended to panic and stuff. But coming back to the topic of today, which is being a true devotee of love, I just wanted to give you context, and I spent 23 minutes giving you context. That is like the context in which I'm evolving. But I went so deep into that self-love. I actually married myself, had a beautiful ceremony in Bacalar in Mexico. Such a wonderful, beautiful place. Like, if you want to Google it right now, the lagoon is just, it's just wonderful and beautiful. And I read my vows and I married myself. I bought the dress and the ring. Like, I was fucking serious about this shit. And, you know, some people are just so light surface. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to marry myself. It's a nice thing. Like, I went into it like a priestess. Like, I'm going through the initiation. I've cried and screamed and been in agony on this same floor that I'm sitting on right now in France, healing my broken heart, going through the depth of my soul and my pain and my shadows and all the things to come on the other side in love with myself. And it's something that is constant practice. It comes and goes. Self-love comes and goes, for me at least. It's not something I feel all the time. Obviously that's a goal, you know, to feel always in love with myself, but I'm also really harsh on myself sometimes, and like, it's a lot to reprogram, right? And I still deal with my own fair part of insecurities and lack of confidence and stuff. Still, I do have that because I'm human. But anyway, I remember this one time. So then I opened myself up to dating, and I have many different dating experiences with different guys. It's always like, it's a fucking mess. Like, I don't know, like, opening up to someone is so challenging for me. You know, I have an idea of what communication is now and how I want to communicate, but it's hard for me to put it into practice. I'm messy. I'm attracted to guys that are trouble. I'm living in Mexico too, so, you know, it's in Playa del Carmen. It's just a place where people come and go. So serious people. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying, first of all, I was not attracting them because I was personally not really emotionally available. So I was attracting my counterpart of emotionally unavailable men too. But also, like, it's I don't know, it was not the place for me to meet my true love anyway. But the thing is, then I discovered this energy of true love is not on one person and one relationship, like it's the one. Like the path of true love is a path that I follow, that is within me, within my own heart, that I can apply to even one night stand if I wanted to, which is not what I want right now. But I could be in a true love experience with someone I'm going to see once. It's not about getting married. It's not about commitment. It's deeper. Although, you know, commitment can be a true part of like being committed together to true love. But I can't really talk into that because it's not my experience right now. And in this channel, I really try to talk about the things that I know. And I want to share that too, because I want to be able to re-watch this video and think, oh my God, I thought I knew stuff, but I actually didn't know shit. And I was so cute. And I didn't know that the most epic relationship was coming. But actually, I did know because I worked so hard on myself to get there. And I've been so deeply committed to get there. And to inspire you, hopefully also, because that's the thing. And that's the thing I really wanted to mention in this video. Whether you're in a relationship right now or you're single, do not settle for less. The places in the world where I see, the only place I see people settling the most is relationship. You can see it in the streets. How many couples look so like dark, like gray? They don't have colors. They don't have light. They don't have, you know, I'm not talking about being in a passionate couple. I'm talking about like this energy of true love. You can sense it because it's very rare. But when you find it and you see it, you can tell. There's something in between two people. You can tell, you have no doubt. And you see so many other people settling. And maybe you are one of those right now. I was for a long time. Because we still feel love and affection for our partners. We are all human. We love connection. We need connection to survive. Like it's a human stuff, right? We're creatures of connection and tribe and villages and stuff like this. But because of that and that deep longing, I believe in each and every one of us to be loved, seen, heard, held, connected, intimate. All of this is a primal need. So I think people settle for that reason. And also maybe lack of self-awareness or whatever, I don't know. But I see so many people settling. And I settled also a lot. You know, I felt like I had to choose between my pussy and my heart and my mind. Like they were a disconnection. And then I was like, no, I want someone that pleases my pussy, my heart, and my mind. Like someone that I'm intellectually connected with, someone that I love so much and the heart is connected, and someone that turns me on. I don't want to negotiate anymore and like settle and compromise. Like I'm not. Who knows? It might never happen for me because I'm way too hard. Who cares? I rather, like I said it and I declared it to the universe. And I'm not there 100%. You're going to see it when I talk. You're going to feel it. I said to the universe, to God, I was like, I'd rather be single until the day I die than settling for less. Than this most epic love that I know in my heart is what I want. I have an amazing friend right now who is also on this path, and it's so great to have buddies, accountability buddies for like not selling for less. It doesn't mean that you're not going to interact with anyone anymore. It just means that for me, it means that I'm going to be the embodiment of true love, no matter what, no matter who comes my way, no matter what kind of attraction I have. And this is practice. Like I don't master it at all. I don't even know why I'm recording this video, to be honest, because I don't fully master it. But I'm so in such deep devotion and commitment to this journey that there is no more room for like, oh, is it gonna like, I'm not wavering. It's not wobbly to be on, like, I'm sure that I'm on this journey. And I'm sure that I am not going to settle for less than the most epic relationship with the most extraordinary sex life and romance and presence, and it doesn't like no relationship is perfect. Impossible. Like, I don't know, like, you know, we face conflict. It's part of a healthy relationship, actually. But yeah, being a devotee of true love is something that you get to embody through all of your actions. It's beyond relationships with a person or attraction or dating. It's something you do with the way you eat, the way you train, the way you talk to yourself, the way you build your business. Like, it's like, how can you be the embodiment of true love? And it's gonna have to do with like not bursting, but yeah, like kind of cleaning away or like destroying everything that is not love. And love takes many forms. And when I talk about love, I don't mean attraction. I don't mean wedding. I don't even mean a relationship with another person. Love for me is like, love is God. God is love. And that's what I'm devoted to. Deep, deep, deep devotion. And the power of devotion is, to me, the most powerful energy we can be in. You know, that's something I invite my clients to do in every online programs, is the power of devotion. Like, you start an online program that is a transformative journey, how deeply committed in devotion you are. Committed is like, no matter what, you know you're going to face some resistance. You know your mind, your ego is going to fight it. You know you might fear giving up or not following through, but you're in devotion. Devotion comes from the heart. It's being in deep, deep reverence to yourself and your path and what you really want. And it's beautiful and it's messy and it's amazing. And you know, I felt more love being single for 2.5 years now. I had situationships and stuff, but I've been single for 2.5 years. And I felt more love and more pain than ever, but also like more love. And I love people so like better. My friends, I love my friends better. I'm a better friend to them. I made peace with situationships that didn't turn out really good. And now we have just immense trust together. And yeah, that's part of what I was sharing with the ex, you know, healing from the past and like being friends, not friends, but being at peace with your exes and knowing that they are part of your journey. And so honoring that and bringing a sense of reverence for every experiences that made you you. And hopefully they have opened you up to more love and not the opposite. So yeah, the last thing, and I'm going to finish on that, is that one, you know, I was going through a situationship and I was in pain because like whatever, I've been ghosted again or something like that. And I remember walking in Mexico, going to the lavanderia to drop my laundry. And I'm in the corner of the street. And like I feel the download of the universe through me. Because I'm like, I'm crying or I'm feeling shitty about this situation. And I'm grabbing my phone and I'm like typing and I'm like, and it's a direct message from God. And it said to me, babe, you didn't go through the hell that you've been going through just to settle for something mediocre. Just to settle for that. And I was like, yeah, why am I even attracted to this man or this situationship? Because it's not it. I just knew in my bones that it was not it. So again, it doesn't mean don't connect with people anymore. You know, you can connect with situationships and be embodied in true love. I don't know. It's still messy, isn't it? But that's part of the journey, and I'm so happy to be sharing it with you online. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day and that your healing journey is beautiful and that you're happy in your relationship if you're in a relationship right now. And if you're single, just join the club of true love embodiment. The destination is the same for everybody, which is true love, most epic relationship and partnership of your life. The journey there, it's up to you. Everyone is different and it's a journey. And usually to get to that point, you go through a lot of different little tests and exercises from life to see if you're ready. Okay, I'm going to actually finish on that. One of my favorite mentor around true love is Annie Lala. And I just love the vision she has of true love and how she embodies it. And also, like, she's been married to her soulmate for so long. So it's a better video to, like, if you're on this journey, just go and see her because she is the expert. And she says something like, she says, every interaction you have is practice for the one. It's either the one or practice for the one. And she also often says, and I love when she says that, she says, just live your life in a way and have your interaction in a way that you can sign your name on it, that you're proud of yourself at the end of the day. And I realized that for myself is like throughout all of my relationships, like when I keep this energy of peace in my heart, it's because I've been true to myself. And I've done the real best I could. I didn't pretend I didn't care. I didn't, play a game, play it cool. I didn't put my pain onto people. And that's sometimes going to happen because you're still human. You can't be perfect. You're going to hurt people you love. You're going to be messy. It's part of the journey, but hey. I signed for the whole experience of being human and I'm getting it. Thank you, universe. So anyway, my loves, I just hope that all of us experience more love from our families, friends, nature, just our own self, just more and more and more love. Love is the medicine. Love is all we have.